Итак, всем привет, всем здорово, всем здравствуйте и добро пожаловать на прохождение Starfield. Хотел я сказать 3 года, как жду игру. Игру я примерно жду, наверное, с момента, когда в 2020 году Microsoft купила Bethesda. И вот, наконец-то она вышла. Конечно, для многих она вышла еще почти неделю назад. Ее уже все обосрали почти. Но, не знаю, я попробую вкатиться. Так что это я аж забью на то, что местами оптимизация, мы к этому привыкли, что настройками поиграемся. Скучные миры и все такое, в общем-то, мы будем вкатываться. Прохождение, я не знаю, сколько уже займет, потому что изначально игра казалась прям супер огромной. А потом они начали проходить, что-то некоторые говорят, за 20 часов проходят, некоторые за 40. Не знаю, я с тем, точнее, что я прохожу все долго, и плюс мы еще же сайды. Но лично я ставлю, наверное, часов на 80. Посмотрим. Так же, как вы видите, русификатор поставлен. Так что, я думаю, все будет отлично. Напомню, для тех, кто не знает, я не перевожу текст, ну, точнее, речь персонажей. Субтитры я читаю, также и вы читаете их. Я, можно сказать, не нарушаю антуражность. Я читаю в основном какие-нибудь записки, цели и так далее. Вот это да, их здесь много, насколько я знаю, их здесь будет. Также изначально, я думаю, многие видели Тодда Говарда в редакторе персонажей. Но что-то за неделю его никто так и не сделал. А насколько я понял, это все-таки был фотожоп. Ладно, не буду я 80 часов продавать Skyrim, к сожалению, к своему, так скажем. Но персонажа сейчас какой-нибудь создадим. Так, я, как говорится, последнее приготовление и будем начинать. Итак, давайте же начинать. Всем приятного аппетита. И погнали в Starfield. Игра, если что, на геймпаде от Xbox. Начать новую игру. Bethesda Game Studios представляет Starfield. Седьмое мая 330 года. Горнодобывающая застава Аргос, луна Вектора.
Seals are good. Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple rule. Hella, what's my one simple rule?
Listen to Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
Exactly. Listen to me. Mining's just like any other job. Go steady, go safe, go home with a pocket full of credits at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. It's just like, I work in the Stardock. Except, with more cave-ins, lasers, and accidental dismemberment.
Very helpful. Thank you.
You're gonna be fine. Your first outing was solid. And, let's be honest, it ain't exactly astrophysics.
That's why I keep him around. Good pep talks.
Yeah, and the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters.
Not untrue. A shame we won't find any down here. But the metal deposits alone should pay for our own helium. Hell, after this, we'll have enough jump fuel to bounce from one end of the settled systems to the next.
Hey, more minerals, more money. And so the cycle repeats itself. Just no more unauthorized jumps in the house for room space, okay?
He's just a big baby. There are worse lives. You know, most Dusties don't even make it this far. I have a good feeling about you.
Group hug now or at the end of the shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
Promises, promises.
Okay, let's see what we've got. How are we on time?
A little longer. Grab some samples?
Always. But not you. Check on Isabel. Make sure she eases up on the breach. I don't feel like getting buried alive today.
Roger that.
Remember, Dusty, keep your breathing steady. And never take that helmet off down here. Oxygen processors don't extend this far.
Yeah, because God forbid we drill on a rock with breathable atmosphere.
Know what I love about working in Freestar Collective space? Fewer regs. A job like this in the United Colonies? Huh. Heaps of red tape. Ugh. Look at this one over here. Calvert! No! No. It's a laser, not a sledgehammer. Ease up! Benning, if you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go!
Пошли.
Okay.
What do we say, Dusty? You make your cut, you get your cut. No exceptions. Come on, pick it up! Troy, what's the yield?
Minimal at this point. Occasional glimmer, but it's weak.
What do you think? Stay the course?
No, ma'am. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Well, okay then. Let's call this one tapped. Why don't you move over to that big vein we looked at?
Yes, ma'am.
Dusty, you're up. Grab a cutter and mine what you can.
Серьезно?
Metal deposits are in that cavern. I'll shout out when I need you.
Моё. Ну погнали. Берили? Еще берили.
I'm busy. Anyone else to bother?
They're ready, boss. Get back up here.
Иду.
You
Come
think we'll
on.
be done here
It's
soon?
time. You're with me.
No, I hear this is the last dig. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Standard reading a clean break. Shutting down.
Let's go. Hella, get the readings.
Yeah, about that.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
I don't.
You don't?
What we're after, it'll read as an anomaly. That's what I was told anyway.
Okay, now you're starting to freak me out.
Relax. It's just another job. Come on.
We're getting close, I think. Yeah, everything is just... Lynn, seriously, there's something really effed up about this.
Where is it, Hella?
Through there, I think.
Okay, you're up. Something goes wrong in there, we'll come get you.
Why would anything go wrong?
Would you shut up? Both of you do your jobs. Client is on his way.
Hey, don't look at me. I've done my part.
Ну я побежал тогда. О, бегать по-нормальному. Ага.
Still getting weird gravity readings. I guess that's a good thing. Just keep going.
Do you see anything?
А это ж не говорящая голова, да?
Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
О, редактор. Ну, я думаю, О, Райан Гослинг. Не, ну я думаю, я мужчину буду создавать. Что-то не очень хочу вумен. Хотя... Это она и так классная. Давайте просто посмотрим, что есть. Мне сюда реально надо было туда Говарда запихнуть. Просто, чтобы все поугорали. Деда. Не, у меня будет молодой пацанчик. Я не хочу деда. Не, ладно, давайте возьмем Гослинг. Или все-таки эту красопету. Не, я сказал же, что будет мужчин. Блин, РБ плохо работает, ладно. Ух ты ж. Толстячок, да? А это все-таки мужчина-женщина? Или все-таки женщину создать? Бля, мужчину. Сука, так хочу бабу сделать. О, Владимир Ильич. Не. Не. Не, все-таки давайте мужчину с короткой стрижкой. Я не люблю длинные волосы. Хотя вот это бы ему пошло, ладно. А, у них одинаковые, да, прически? Давай вот такую. Оля. Не, ладно, у меня и в киберпанке. Давай вот такой вот. Светленький будет. Так, щетина. Дядя, блядь. Милиционер какой-то. Что-то такое, давайте. Ух ты ж. Нормально. Типа, может, без КДК, да? Не, нос не будем. Вот щеку можно ебануть. Ой, щек, уши. И то есть одна? Ну, что-то вот такое можно. Не, здесь давайте будет все чистенькое. Вот такой, да, можно. Надбровьиный. Давайте, конечно, все посмотрим. Джокер, блядь. Не хочу огромный. Ёпт. Не, на лице ничего не будет. Все, да? Ладно. Блять, РБ хуёво работает. Так, Explorer, они говорили, что разведка — это утраченное искусство, вы не слушали. Пока основные фракции спорили за пространство, которое они отчаянно пытались контролировать, вы были заняты открытием чудес населенных систем. Так, навыки, лазеры, аэродинамика, геодезические работы. Homesteader. Открытие множества богатых кислородом планет и лун оседлых систем означало, что люди могут жить практически везде, если у них есть знания и опыт. У вас они были, и вы использовали их с большим успехом. Ронин. Без хозяина и без привязи ты бродил по заселенным системам в качестве наемного клинка. Для охоты вы были простым наемником, для других — героем, а для немногих — кошмаром. Файл не найден. Странно, но в файле нет информации о вашей прошлой жизни. Служебный медосмотр, удаление неизвестной могучной фракции, или просто ничего не было примечательного. Как бы ни было, ваше прошлое известно только вам. Важно то, что происходит здесь сейчас, и тот путь, который вам предстоит пройти. Боевой медик. Человеческие существа не могут спорить о чем-то безграничном, как космическое пространство. Вот тут-то вы и приходите на помощь. Вы никогда не боялись сражаться с врагом, но лучше позаботиться о своих друзьях. Вышибалы. Вы работали на линиях в самых крупных клубах населенных систем. Тогда вы узнали, что большинство нелетальных столкновений можно разрешить одним из двух способов. Сильным ударом слева или более надежной защитой двери. Гангстер. Гангстер у нас маленький, да? Вам всегда было противно, когда лохи убивали себя, чтобы заработать честным трудом. Как только вы становитесь достаточно взрослым, как только вы стали достаточно взрослым, чтобы держать в руках оружие, вы отбирали то, что хотели. У вас, кому не повезло иметь это оружие. Дальнобойщик. Пусть другие вспыльчивые пилоты зацикливаются на лазерном оружии и маневренности, вы космический дальнобойщик, чистый и простой. Паковать груз, быстро доставить его, получить деньги и повторить. Жизнь простая и хороша. Дипломат. Войны окончены. Теперь в населенных системах царит мир. Но только потому, что есть те, кто тихо борется за его сохранение. Благодаря вам были подписаны соглашения, к словам прислушались, жизни были спасены. О, это мое. Так, кибербегун. От Неона до Новой Атлантиды мегакорпорации являются памятниками власти, престижа и прибыли. Вы работали и на них, и против них, внутри и снаружи, часто жертвуя совестью ради кредитов. Кибернетик. Роботы просто игрушки. Нейроампы хороши для салонных фокусов. Война с колониями, возможно, сделали импланты улучшения доступными для ветеранов, но когда-то вы видели более великое будущее. Люди и машины, как единое целое. Космический негодяй. Хорошо, плохо. Чье право говорить, если вы чему-то и научились путешествовать по галактике, так это тому, что космос может казаться черным, но на самом деле это большой оттенок серого. Ксенобиолог. В населенных системах обитает огромное количество инопланетных существ, и хотя ни один из них еще не оказался разумным, это никогда вас не останавливало, поэтому вы искали и изучали их, чтобы получить все, что они предлагают. Охотник за головами. Везде, где есть разыскиваемые лица, есть и те, кто наживается на их поимке, и ваш преступник знает, что в просторах космоса он может убежать, но не может спрятаться. Охотник на зверей. От Аштакила до тераморфов, поражающих все населенные системы. Враждебные инопланетяне повсюду. Вы научились отслеживать их, находить и уничтожать. Пилигрим. Прям как в Дейнланде втором. Путник, странник, искатель, приходящие. Вас называли по-разному во время ваших путешествий. И вы узнали то, что другие никогда не смогут понять. Путешествие есть цель. Так, ну давай я выберу то, что многие не выбирают. Дипломата. Мне вот просто интересно. Черты. Спейсит. Ваш организм акклиматизировался к космосу, здоровье и кислород увеличивается при нахождении в космосе, но уменьшается при нахождении на поверхности. Таскмастер. Иногда, если экипаж обычно работает с определенной системой корабля, система автоматически восстанавливается до полного здоровья при повреждении ниже 50%. Однако наем всех членов экипажа обходится в 2 раза дороже. Террафирма. Вы никогда не акклиматизировались в космосе, здоровье и кислород увеличиваются, когда вы находитесь на поверхности, но уменьшается, когда вы находитесь в космосе. Воспитанные и просветленные. Вы выросли как член просветленных. Вы получаете доступ к специальному сундуку с предметами в Доме просветленных в Новой Атлантиде, но теряете доступ к сундуку Санктум Универсум. Так, ну возможно вот это. Вы добровольно приняли участие в спорном эксперименте, в ходе которого были объединены ДНК инопланетян и людей. В результате у вас увеличилось здоровье и количество кислорода, но лечебные и пищевые средства стали не столь эффективны. Детские вещи. Ваши родители живы и здоровы, и вы можете навещать их в доме, но каждую неделю вы будете автоматически отправлять им домой 2% своих кредитов. Давай, батя, с мамой я хочу. Так, вы владеете роскошным домом на мирной планете, построенным по индивидуальному проекту. К сожалению, к нему полагается ипотечный кредит, который необходимо выплачивать еженедельно. Вам действительно необходимо помыть одному, в одиночку. Вы расходуете меньше кислорода, в компании с людьми больше. Коллективный поселенец. Вы получаете доступ к специальным диалоговым опциям Freestyle Collective, а также более выгодные награды за выполнение некоторых заданий фракций, но при этом значительно повышается криминальная щедрость по отношению к другим фракциям. Коренные жители Соединенных Колоний. Вы получаете доступ к специальным диалоговым опциям United Colonies, а также более высокие награды за выполнение некоторых заданий фракций, однако при этом значительно увеличивается количество преступлений, совершаемых другими фракциями. Неоновая уличная крыса. Вы выросли на грязных улицах Неона. Вы получаете доступ к специальным диалоговым опциям и лучшим наградам за выполнение некоторых миссий на Неоне. Преступность других фракций значительно увеличивается. Объятие змеи. Вы выросли, поклоняясь великому змею. Нет, точно нахуй. Гравий-прыжки дают временную прибавку к здоровью кислорода, но здоровье кислорода снижается, если продолжать прыгать регулярно, как зависимость. Вы выросли как член Sanctum Universum. Вы получаете доступ к специальному сундуку с предметом Sanctum Universum в Новой Атлантиде, но теряете доступ к сундуку House of Inland. Ну, понятно. Поклонение герою. Вы заслужили внимание назойливого обожателя, который будет появляться в случайном порядке и беспристрастно подтрунивать над вами. Положительным моментом является то, что он присоединится к команде вашего корабля и дарит вам подарки. Разыскивается. Кто-то назначил цену за вашу голову, и слухи об этом распространились. Время от времени появляются вооруженные наемники, пытаясь вас убить, но будучи загнанным в угол, вы получаете преимущество. Когда у вас мало здоровья, вы наносите дополнительный урон. Экстраверт. Вы, человек-люди, вы тратите меньше кислорода, когда путешествуете в компании людей, но больше, когда путешествуете в одиночку. Эмпат. Вы глубоко чувствуете чувства других. Выполнение действий, которые нравятся вашему собеседнику, приведет к коренному повышению его эффективности, а вот выполнение действий, которые ему не нравятся, приведет к прямо противоположному эффекту. Ну давай попробуем. Мне, конечно, нравится дом мечты, но тут кредит. Давай вот так. Все. Имя он его. Она ее, они их. Не, он его. На клаве. Ну давай. На русском можно. Давай пусть будет Алекс. Хотя... Давай, Алекс.
Forgot. Former diplomat, right? You must have said the wrong words to the wrong people to wind up here. Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way. Then we all get paid. You remember anything that happened?
Там был свет и музыка. Это было невероятно, как сон или видение. После того, как я вошел в этот туннель, все стало пустым. Что это за штука?
Easy there, high flyer. Probably just the endorphins kicking in when you passed out. Don't go having an experience on me. You'll walk it off. More importantly, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Huh. Sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. Will be... Speak of the devil.
А, можно вот так и от третьего, да. Ух ты ж. Давайте я буду, наверное, играть, как многие.
Our constellation contact is on approach.
Wait, the Explorers group? I thought they were kind of a joke.
Not a joke. You're just too young to know better.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a reputation. Hell, I bet half the crew here doesn't even believe they really exist.
Half the crew doesn't believe Earth exists, but it's still there. Same with Constellation.
Yeah, but come on. Exploring space? Who does that anymore? Ain't the space we've already got complicated enough?
Not to them, apparently. All right, Dusty. Airlock. Put your helmet.
А, менюшка, да? Так. Карта. Ух ты ж. Ух ты ж. Вау. Вот они, вот эти прыжки. Вау. Вау, 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 вау. Бля. Это, кстати, похоже на нашу систему. Дипала. Но это не наша точно. Ё ты же, пасаты же. Сколько систем. А есть солнечная? Тут же, я, насколько знаю, на Землю-то можно слетать. Вот Сол — это солнечная. Вау. При каждом повышении уровня вы получаете 1 очко умений, которое можно потратить. Каждый навык также открывает задание. Выполнить задание и затем потратьте очко навыка, чтобы повысить его ранг. В верхнем углу представлены базовые навыки. Строки ниже блокируются до тех пор, пока вы не потратите минимальное количество навыков в данной категории. Бой. Социальная, физическая. Наука и техника. Здесь что? Задание. Переключает какой квест отслеживается в вашем HUD. Одновременно можно отслеживать только один квест. Выберите название квеста, чтобы раскрыть список открытых целей. Выберите любую цель в квесте, чтобы отслеживать весь квест. Вы можете нажать кнопку Sell Course для автоматического перехода к цели активного квеста. А это все квесты, да? И вот инвентарь. А, у меня даже несколько костюмов.
Done.
А, все. здравствуйте. Один маленький шаг. Не, ну конечно мальца есть, но, блядь, не знаю.
Really? In a discovery class? That ship's older than this moon.
It's nothing classic. Come on, let's do it.
Ну вы что такие медленные? Давайте я их встречу.
Barrett?
Man!
Been a long time.
Yes, it has. That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new guy found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazal. And no, Barrett, not cool. He passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right, cowboy? Went on a trip, huh? That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I lost them.
Barrett?
А вот.
Okay, stick to cover. Stick to cover.
I need some help here! This is bad!
Чё, прицеливания нет, что ли? Ёлки. Что?
Go for it! The real Sam is cringing.
Как прыгать? На UI? Чё, ебанаты? На А что тогда? Активировать. Ладно, пока так пусть будет.
Of course Barrett was being followed.
Now that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now. Marvelous.
Oh no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but he's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as he touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things. Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get him to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time.
Ой, те самые часы, которые тот город продает в реальности.
Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly. Now, questions? That, my friend, is the million credit question. And Constellation can find the answer. With your help. See, that's the problem with the settled systems. Too easy to take everything for granted. While everyone else is busy playing politics, we're the ones braving the unknown, charting the vastness of space. Without us, the galaxy is just a big room with the lights turned out. They're just following the loot, like pirates do. And I have something of a reputation as a loot collector. They're just following the loot, like pirates do. And I have something of a reputation as a loot collector. Come on. You really not at all curious about that light and music show you experienced? Why it only affected you? Because if you didn't notice, we've all been handling it since with no problem. The way I see it, Constellation needs that artifact, but they also need you. This mystery is only getting bigger each step we take. And you're part of it now. Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception, since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had.
Все, да?
And Vasco, don't let him break my ship.
You going? Staying around isn't helping us out any.
Ну что, навстречу приключениям?
Captain, by his assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
You know the drill, Vasco. Protocol Indigo means no deviations, no distractions, no dalliances, in short, no fun. Unless, as strictly defined by Sarah, said deviations, distractions, and dalliances are completely necessary in getting this fine vessel, the Discovery-class Starship Frontier, back home in one piece. I guess I'm still technically borrowing it from Constellation, even if I have no intention of actually giving it back.
Это. Ну а дальше как?
You know the drill, Vasco. Protocol Indigo means no deviations, no distractions, no dalliances, in short, no fun. Unless, as strictly defined by Sarah, said deviations, distractions, and dalliances are completely necessary in getting this fine vessel, the Discovery-class Starship Frontier, back home in one piece. I guess I'm still technically borrowing it from Constellation, even if I have no intention of actually giving it back.
Так, а вот это что просто? А, звездная станция.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
Стрельба.
Now that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure. I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems and we'll be on our way.
С помощью кнопок влево-вправо вы выберите систему корабля и используйте вверх-вниз для распределения энергии. Учебник по кораблю может пропустить, включив все системы, включая гидропривод.
Each system on a ship requires power. Allocating power is under your direct control. Let's go over the engines. Engines control our maximum speed. Try increasing and decreasing our relative velocity. A ship's engine has a sweet spot for better handling during turns. Draw your attention to the HUD. You'll notice a speed indicator in the lower left with a gauge that goes up and down as you adjust the throttle. Try to center the gauge so that it lines up with the center of the vertical bars to its right. Boosts can be engaged for temporary bursts of speed. Let's turn our attention to the shields. Try adjusting power to the shields. Notice more power increases their strength. Shields protect the ship from hull damage. Without a hull, they'll be vaporized. Shield health is displayed in the lower right. Hull damage is below it.
Ага, это ракета. Теперь вот так, да?
You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear. We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective. If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline. Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains. Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
А, я тупой.
We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned facility with our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface.
Так, вид планеты на звездной карте позволяет получить информацию об окружающей среде, просканировать планету на наличие ресурсов, обнаружить ключевые места посадки, проворачивать планету, пока не появится значок карты Крита. Речи слаб, затем выбери значок карты, чтобы приземлиться там. Ну вот, о чем мы говорили, загрузочные экраны. Ну ладно, потерпим.
Follow you from here on out, Captain.
Прям сразу вот так выкидываю.
Be careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable.
Сканирующие существ, минералы, растения. Каждый сканированный уникальный объект способствует получению данных об исследовании планеты. Завершенные данные можно продать за кредиты. В режиме сканера открываются дополнительные возможности, такие как строительство аванпостов и установление социальных навыков, такие как дипломатия и запугивание. Стой. Слоты. Ой. Да, надо сразу просто все сделать. Серебро. Так, теперь нам сюда.
Curious. These are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Ой, бля. Омега. Последние дни. Ниже приводится начало романа Камиля Фламариона «Омега. Последние дни мира», написанного в 1894 году, в котором комета столкнется с Землей в 25 веке. И люди должны смириться с концом света и с тем, что он на самом деле означает. Омега. Последние дни мира. Глава 1. Великолепная мраморная мостовая, соединяющая улицу Рен с улицей Лувр, которая, обрамленная статуями знаменитых ученых и философов, подчеркивает монументальную аллею, ведущую к новому портику и института, была абсолютно черной от людей. Толпа не шла, а плыла по набережным, вытекала из каждой улицы и устремлялась к портику, давно уже захваченной бурной толпой. Никогда в ту варварскую эпоху, предшествующую созданию Соединенных Штатов Европы, когда сила была превыше права, когда военный деспотизм правил миром, а глупое человечество трепетало в неумолимой хватке войны, никогда в бурный период Великой Революции или в те лихорадочные дни, которые сопровождали объявление войны, подступа к палате народных представителей или площадь Согласия, не представляли собой такого зрелища. Это был же не отряд фанатиков, сплотившихся вокруг знамени, идущих на завоевание мечом, за которым следовала толпа любопытных, праздных, жаждущих увидеть, что произойдет, а все население, встревоженное, взволнованное, испуганное, состоящее из всех слоев общества, без исключения, зависящее от решения оракула или лихорадочно ожидающее результатов расчетов, которые знаменитый астроном должен был объявить в тот же понедельник в 3 часа дня на заседании Академии наук. В потоке политики и общества институт выжил, сохранив в Европе свое первенство в науке, литературе и искусстве. Однако центр цивилизации переместился на запад, и фокус прогресса засиял на берегах озера Мичиган в Северной Америке. Так, ну интересно. Не, здесь все-таки надо от первого лица играть. Плохие люди, плохие шутки 2. Почему курица перешла дорогу? А, что такое курица? Тук-тук, что там? Планета. Какая планета? Если я устрою вечеринку, ты поможешь мне ее спланировать? Наемник Эклиптика говорит женщине: меня наняли, чтобы убить тебя, и всегда выполнять работу. Женщина говорит: мы не можем поговорить об этом, сынок? Как держать идиота в напряжении? Как снять с дерева провинциалку из Freestar Collective? Волна? Книга Луиса Лапера «Плохие люди, плохие шутки», том 2 является продолжением его оригинальной работы и, как ее предшественница, стала культовым хитом. Так, ну все, я прям все брать не буду. Только это какая-то книга, а не блокнот. И что, мистер Уайт тут собирался? Так, отмычка пригодится. Бабки тоже. О.
I will assist you in combat.
У вас мало здоровья. Используйте медпакет, нажав также вы можете использовать медпакет и открыв свой инвентарь.
Fight.
Something in a cave until it kills you. One more time. Wait. Something's out there. So much bloodshed. It seems the enemy has vanished, Captain. The enemy is here.
Какой ж ты мне молодец.
Enemy nearby.
Resume systematic wandering.
Listen up. We got someone trying to jump our school. Hold them off here while Brogan sets up on the roof. I'm on it. No one's getting through.
Warning, enemy activity detected.
Take you down! My shield, my fear.
Exterior plating damaged.
Так. Так, что здесь? Ничего. Ну ладно. Образец тераморфа. Хайден Уэйн, старший ксенобиолог, исследовательский центр КРИТ, журнал регистрации проектов 15 августа 2310 года. Благодаря US Marines у нас теперь есть второй кусочек головоломки. Полностью выросший альфа-хищник. Согласно моим исследованиям, группа астрогеологов установила первый контакт почти 100 лет назад на какой-то отдаленной луне. Существо, судя по всему, не было местным и находилось в одиночестве. В настоящее время нет никаких сведений о том, куда оно попало. Так что астрогеологи нашли его по чистой космической случайности. Вернее, оно нашло их. Ученые быстро определили его в категорию Мachine. Что означает машина для убийства. Морпехи Калифорнийского университета, которым было поручено уничтожить его, выбрали более простое наказание — терраформ. Ну, терраформирование. Да, однажды я прочитал официальный отчет. Из отряда 8 человек выжили только 2. Причем один из них потерял ногу. Такое интересное время для Xeno Warfare. NCI Feeding Today. Хейден Уилл, старший ксенобиолог, исследовательский центр Крит, журнал регистрации проектов 20 августа 2410 года. Сегодня мы установили терраформ с NCA. Если наш опыт, который когда вручину впервые высадили тварь, говорит о том, что наше устройство успокоения сработает составит около 15 минут, надо успеть их посчитать. Заполните все открытые прорези в каждом слое, чтобы открыть замок. Выберите ключ и поверните его так, чтобы он совпал с зазорами защитным слоя. Вставьте ключ в паз, чтобы заполнить пробелы. Каждый ключ может быть использован только один раз. Ладно, потом с этим разберусь.
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics and a disregard for personal.
Это что за крокодябры?
The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terror morph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming. God.
Да и как же тебе открыть-то? Так, просто ради интереса. Все сюда.
Kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands? We don't have a problem with Barrett. We want that ship, the Frontier. If you're the captain of it now, that means we're after you. Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons. But the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship. You're not talking us out of this score.
Чтобы убедить человека, необходимо сделать успешный выбор. Выбор может варьироваться от добрых слов, отвлечения внимания до угроз. Каждый выбор имеет свою сложность. Чем выше сложность, тем больше шансов, что выбор будет неудачным. Но тем больше очков вы заработаете в случае успеха. У вас есть ограниченное количество вариантов выбора, но вы никогда не можете потерпеть неудачу, если ваш последний выбор был успешным.
Don't give me that. I know that ship is stocked with loot. I'm not falling for that. Your ship is loaded, and we want it. That's, not a bad point. Can't believe this. There isn't any treasure? We've been trailing that old Constellation ship for nothing? Get out of here. Take your robot and your ship and get out of here. I see you all again, you're dead.
We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference.
Don't come back.
Все понял.
Captain, to reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Так, нам сюда, да? Лазер, пушка, ракетная установка, двигатель, щит. Я не понимаю, что ты от меня хочешь? Ну, мне нужно сюда.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Отстаньте вы от меня с этим быстрым перемещением из меню миссий, сука. Сейчас пойду на YouTube посмотрю. Что это такое? Как это вырубить? Ну и что тебе надо?
Hey, Bosco! What, no Barrett? Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again?
Your memory is uncanny.
Да я же нажал, сука. Ладно, пока давай поговорим.
And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo. I would try the viewport. It'll be on your left once you get into the plaza. The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint. I'm sure you can find something you like. Sure, have at it.
Угу, можно полностью переделать. Блять, мне так неудобно. Просто ради интереса, на мышке я могу нормально, как мне нужно сделать? Нет.
Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape. Nothing for us to do. You're in good flying condition. Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
Ну что, пошли.
I can assure you, this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not.
Можно как-то вообще без оружия пойти?
Bobby, that means meeting your new foster parent. My parents aren't.
Dad, they just took a different shot. I'll see them when they get.
Oh.
Как переодеться? Ну вот, из быстрого меню. Блядь, я не могу, она меня бесит. Давайте я сейчас... Я сейчас перезагружу. Бля, иди нахуй, короче. Как тебе подсказки? Может, просто подсказки отключить? Ладно. Сука. Я не знаю, как это убрать. Я вроде все сделал.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Как снять скафандр? Слава тебе, Господи.
Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues. Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave. Jose's on loan to Sidonia. When it rains, it pours type of situation. So really, we just need someone to fill the void. Interested? Well, first things first, I have to ask, do you have any security experience at all? It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer. Well, I think I've heard all I need. Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the details. You know, MAST, the Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? Headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have given you a more thorough interview. Aegis? They're basically UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation stalled. Tit for tat. You know how it works. Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business. Let me know if you have any questions.
Вот так случайно что-то взял.
Hey there.
То есть нам теперь на электричку. Ну, может, да, загляну. Я все равно же, говорю, доп. Буду выполнять. Ну, сейчас
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District. The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
See that scientist out in front of Mast, staring at trees, sounds upset? Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
35 фэпсов, ну прикольно.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside. Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win. Do you really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the phenomena we appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, you expect us to believe in fairy
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves...
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours? Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now. We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Так, Ваня, Туа и Конор, тебя взломали? Меня никто не взламывал. Простите, наверное, сейчас уже нету, просто у меня что-то чат не прогружался. Вот вообще ничего, ни одного сообщения не было. Сейчас вот появилось, только сейчас увидел. Так что ничего не взломали.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Sarah's the best possible
So,
person to be running.
Are you ready to get to work?
Like this,
Or was there something else?
focused, no nonsense, and dedicated.
Time to go?
Подожди.
Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us. Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation. I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts. Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? Take care of yourself.
Take note. Everyone here is worth learning from. Yes, even the... Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line. Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need. Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here. Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you? Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years. We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and Those old salts are stuck in the glory days. Goodbye. So, Matei.
Ever since I got here, this has felt like home. These people are family. I hope it feels that way for you too.
You know Constellation.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Let me know how it turns out.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter is quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Так, ну пошли.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy! Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us. Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this. Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something, an energy surge, some other phenomenon. He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't. Sure, I'm not trying to suggest otherwise. I wasn't there when it happened. I'm just thinking it through. It's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right? Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet. Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep. Anything I can learn from is a help.
Ну, сбагрил ненужное. Все.
Stay safe, okay?
Вот это, да, моя? Или нет? Или не вот это? Я так и не понял, или вот это моя? Так, ну давайте сейчас почитаем записочки. Так, секунду. Благотворительность безбожной вселенной, часть 1. Благотворительность безбожной вселенной. Амелия Санг, часть 1. Атеизм был для меня лишь первым шагом, осуждаю. Я вырос в мире, наверное, если это Амелия, то я выросла в мире добра и зла. Ходил среди избранных людей. Каждый вечер моя семья собиралась вместе и молилась о том, чтобы грешники в нашей жизни обрели спасение. База. Я не могу сказать, когда именно я перестала верить в эти вещи. Как и у многих, кто теряет веру, у меня трещины образовывались медленно, с течением времени. Нелогичность их здесь, вопрос без ответа там. В один прекрасный день ты понимаешь, что изо всех сил стараешься удержать что-то ложное. Вы не хотите потерять свою общину или связь с семьей, но иногда, возможно, то, что не имеет смысла, просто неправильно. Подробности моего пробуждения не так важны, но важно то, что произошло дальше. Я никогда не ожидал, что потеря веры станет началом новой глубокой главы в моей жизни, времени глубокого сострадания и милосердия как члена просветленных. Доктор Уэйн аварийный.
We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terror morph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming. God.
бухнул, так значит, и поспать.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
I'm listening. We're just at the beginning of this mystery, and you're going to be there for it. We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel. Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do. I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
Так, ну я готов.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together. A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to. Jumping to anthropology on me already? Oh, well, good. We all need our own reasons to be out there. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we? I trust you're still satisfied with your choice to join Constellation, Noel?
It's a dream come true, Sarah. You know that.
You've been an invaluable asset to the group, Noel. Just wanted to make sure you didn't regret it.
It's not always easy, but I just remind myself that if it weren't for you, and for Constellation, I'd have no idea that any of this was going on.
Так, теперь куда? Че, идешь за мной? Пошли. А, все-таки наконец-то переоделась.
The citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold valor.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
Sarah, good to see you. Was your... another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in? Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy get-up of yours.
No worries, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first. Head down to the orientation hall. Get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join. But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted. Have some questions? Military used to have a pretty narrow view of where the best pilots came from. In their eyes, it was UC or bust. The creation of the Vanguard was an acknowledgement by the brass that maybe not all the galaxy's greatest pilots went through a UC flight school. So it's the Vanguard's job to find them and get them to fly for us. MAST is short for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. From here, the three co-equal divisions of the UC government work together to advance the cause of the colonies. Be that through mutual defense, political and diplomatic strength, or scientific discovery. Now, serving any of the UC's divisions grants citizenship, but scientific and admin positions in the UC tend to be real competitive. Understandable, most people would prefer to earn their citizenship behind a desk rather than in combat. Not something I'd ever choose for myself, but understandable. Me? 6, 7 years now? Was a recon squad commander in a former life, so it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it. Sure thing. What do you want to know? Just hop into the elevator. You want the button for Vanguard Orientation Hall. Register yourself at the terminals in the lobby, and the exam system will get you to where you need to go. Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, we'll make them available to you. But the work itself, well, it runs the gamut. Sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Hell, we've even been asked to help take on the occasional terramorph. And sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets called in for the ones where there's a chance of seeing action. Wherever the UC needs us, the Vanguard is there. The exam's just a simulation. Only way you'll be hurt there is if you trip on your way inside. Now, for the probationary mission, we select those specifically to ease you into the type of work you'll be doing here. Make sure you're capable of handling things on your own. But I can't promise it'll be risk-free. The UC sends us on jobs because there could be combat. This mission would be no different. Now, if that's a deal breaker, I won't be offended if you walk away. But this is the military. The chance of conflict is kind of in the job description. For the exam, we'll be putting you through a combat flight simulation. Let us see your piloting skills, evaluate how you behave under pressure, all without any risk of you inadvertently getting blown out an airlock. For the probationary mission, though, we'll be sending you out on a job all on your own. The specifics of the mission vary by what's available at the time, but we're not about to ask you to storm a Crimson Fleet base or whatever. At least, not on Mission 1. More likely, you'll be making a drop-off to some UC citizens in an area that's outside normal naval patrols. There'll be a risk of hostile contacts, but that's far from guaranteed. I'll keep an eye out for your results.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's
planet's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more: independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Maroon, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
Так, ну идем дальше. Ой, бля. История Нарионской войны. Сейчас не могу, бело, сейчас свет включу. Начавшаяся в 2196 году Нарионская война, первый крупномасштабный конфликт человечества среди звезд, запомнилась как определяющий момент для населенных систем. Будучи первым и крупным конфликтом, в котором широко использовались корабли, способные совершать гравитационные прыжки, война за Нарион была в меньшей степени определена ключевыми космическими сражениями, а в большей длительным взаимодействием двух держав, когда хорошо вооруженный и профессиональный флот US снова и снова пытался сбить с толку разоренный, но ловкий флот Фристар. Не имея возможности нанести решающий удар, ЮС прибегал к более жестокой тактике, пытаясь заставить коллектив капитулировать, но безуспешно. Более того, после долгих лет войны, не принесших никаких результатов, даже население ЮС, UC, наверное, да, лучше сказать, UC стал выступать против. Протесты захлестнули даже Новую Атлантиду, жители которой требовали, чтобы война наконец-то завершилась гуманно. И когда наконец был нанесен последний удар в 2216 году, флот UK наконец-то настиг и уничтожил флот Фристара. Это была пустая победа. Пустая, может, полная? Именно в результате переговоров Нарионского договора возникли поселенческие системы в том виде, в котором мы их знаем сегодня, как в прямом, так и в переносном смысле. Несмотря на победу в войне, USC оказались в незавидном положении, даже в своих родных системах. Их представляли как жестокого агрессора. Поэтому в духе единства и прочного мира USC согласилась на требования коллектива Фристара и поселенцев Нариона, чей сговор спровоцировал конфликт и передала Нариону коллективу как они и просили в начале военных действий, включая медицинскую станцию клиника, создав коллектив Restart в том виде, в котором мы его знаем по сей день. Взамен UC потребовала две уступки. Первая — плата за нанесенный ущерб в виде прав на добычу полезных ископаемых на множестве миров по всей галактике. Второе, более существенное требование заключалось в том, что ни одна великая фракция не может колонизировать более 3 систем. UC будет иметь Альфа Центавра, Сол и Вольф, а коллектив Рестар Шайн, Волли и Нарион. Коллектив Рестаров согласился с этими условиями, создав и закрепив в законе населенные системы в том виде, в котором мы их знаем сегодня. С тех пор Нарионский договор стал основой всех совершенных политических отношений, а его единственное официальное нарушение — причина величайшего конфликта галактики — войны колоний. Хотел прочитать «Войны клонов». Чтобы знать больше о войне колоний, перейдите к фреске «Конфликт среди звезд».
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Что ты в стену смотришь? Погнали сюда. Я говорил, что это прохождение будет неспешным. Так что терпим. Ладно, шучу, познаем лор.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Narion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. Even bioengineered alien creatures. The infamous UC Xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
The colony war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
Were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, Repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nira remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
You know it was some UC general that condemned Londinium? Gave it over to these things. One of these murals said he was executed after the war. Might have gotten off too lightly.
In the midst of the Colony War, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinium. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinium found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city seemingly out of nowhere on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinium is mourned by the UC to this day. After the devastation wrought by the Colony War, the UC and the Freestock Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the Colony War to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the Armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Yeah?
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be. No one is born a United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls means citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Так, ну что, теперь летаем, получается?
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation pod.
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair. Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
Targets active.
Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2. New targets active.
You must be able to do better than that. Target defeated.
defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active.
You will regret that. Target defeated.
Halting simulation. You've been defeated, applicant. You may initiate a reset of your current tier at the terminal inside the cockpit, or step outside and take a break.
А как продолжить? Я надеюсь, что тут последний уровень, третий перезапустит.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
Сначала, да?
New targets active.
Давай иди сюда.
Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers. Resuming the examination.
Shutting down. New targets active.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to... Good showing in there, applicant.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first? Ah, so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did? Then let's get to them. So, looking at the data, checked out a few of the murals. Good. A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? All right, clear tier 3. We try to set a high bar, so that's no small feat. Nice work.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only 10 years service. Better than your average lab rat or diplomat, but pretty standard for folks going out into combat.
10 years might seem like a long time, but it's worth the climb if you wish to become a citizen.
So, sounds to me like we've got Vanguard material on our hands. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their grandmother 5 years down the line, are you?
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work for honest credits. So, you ready to do the deed? Fantastic. Then just follow me.
Погнали.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the stars. Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy? Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you? That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
You've got something for me? If you have any gear you want me to haul, I'm happy to help. Bye.
Здесь это была не медицинская штука.
Head down to the spaceport and speak to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you where you need to go. Not sure there's actually a lot to tell. It's only had people on it for 20-odd years. UC set up a food processing facility there during the Colony War. But when the war was over, it was too remote to justify the fuel costs. The report mentioned some settlers bought the facility from the Ag office for next to nothing a couple of years back. See, if they couldn't make the place efficient enough to be profitable, I wouldn't be shocked to find out one of their upgrades knocked out their comms. But the place is a hike, so it well could be pirates or spacers have finally realized there are actually people out there now, which is why they're sending us. Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
Good luck out there, Vanguard.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't talk to you later.
Так, ну давайте пообщаемся.
always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security.
Security scanners, chemical samples. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Че, полет? Так, ну сегодня у нас осталось где-то часик, значит мы сейчас здесь просто проходим, поболтаем.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend. Flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet... Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be... concise.
Бля, опять к нему, что ли? А нафиг я от него уходил?
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through the cities.
The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis, I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of my division's work. No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are. I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you. All you really need to know is that we're here to serve and we're the good guys. Our main priority is the safety and security of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies, wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything. You get used to it after a while, and it makes the occasions where you can all the more meaningful. We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them. They've got you doing grunt work, Captain. Hardly the reward I'd expect for a member of the Vanguard. Admirable. I bet qualities like that are precisely why you've moved so quickly up the ranks. Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi, and the job's done. Just the usual reports from agents in the field on persons of interest. Right now, the information isn't as important as who we're tracking. Good luck with the mission.
Okay. Hello.
Yes? You needed something?
You okay? That was a hell of a jump.
Ничего, 100 метров не могли пронести, что ли?
How's the investigation going? Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? As am I. And the best part is, since you're all part-timers, there's no paperwork. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Спасибо. Давай посмотрим на доп.
Excuse me.
Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis?
Oh boy, I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just
Something to say to customers. Break the ice. Know what I mean? Listen, you just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. That work for you, new guy? Let me know if there's anything I can get you. You're in the right place. Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything. A new drink that'll make this place famous. Galaxy-wide. You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I can't make you one right now. Don't have the ingredients. I made a deal with a hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient I think will make all the difference. But it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of folks who ship less than legal cargo. Security got wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just sitting on it, taking their sweet time like they always do. It's killing me. I submitted all the paperwork, believe me. It won't amount to anything, but I did it. And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo. I really do. It's gonna keep me awake nights if I don't try. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies. This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly find a way to get her important cargo out of the impound. And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than 100% legal way, well, that might not be the worst thing in the world. You, with me on this?
Surely you're not seriously considering this course of action. The last thing we need is UC security on our backs.
God, you have no idea what a relief this is. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get what I need. I'm not worried. I'm annoyed. Wait, are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you. See you around. Hey.
Так, ну давай еще немножко пострадаем. Пару таких миссий выполним и на сегодня закончим.
Another day, another
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right? Well, I'll be. Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things. Oh, say again? I should record that and play it back. Mom, you were right. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey. Let the boy catch his breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
Блин, прикольно. Мама и папа, папа и мама. Классно. Еще хата офигенская.
Regina, the president of...
Oh, I know all about her.
А это не пошла, да?
Well, she's making me redo the whole report from scratch because she gave me the wrong information.
You worked on that for days.
I know. I swear next election, I'm stepping down. I can't stand her.
Are we looking for solutions or sympathy?
What? Oh, what's this about?
Fred from the poker group said 90% of all marital strife would go away if you just know whether you need to offer help or a friendly ear.
Fred's a wise man. I suppose sympathy.
Then that Regina is a monster. There ought to be a law.
Damn straight. Of all the places we've lived, this is my favorite. I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life? With you being in Constellation now, I imagine you are quite the catch. Just so you know, your dad cannot wait to be a grandpa. So don't keep him or me waiting too long. I know. I won't get into more right now.
Well, now I see that it's true. Mothers have an irresistible urge to interfere in their children's love life.
I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want you to consider this your home away from home. Your bed is always yours, no questions asked. I mean, well, I will ask questions, but you can stay here no matter the answers. No bother at all. Stay as long as you like. Anything you want to talk about, dear? Now that we're both retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's just happy as a clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know the history of every little thing. It's nice to have time to do both, though. Well, one of your old classmates made junior VP at Galbank. Their father was bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation. You're
Anything
welcome
good to watch
anytime.
tonight?
And I... Well, there's Silence of the Sands.
I mean... I still can't believe it. Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well, romantic, almost. How is it for real? You liking it? Don't you worry yourself about that. All your life, you've been just this mess of potential waiting for a chance. Your number's finally been called, and the settled systems had better be ready for you. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree. Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake. I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering. Planning a proper, honest-to-goodness vacation. Nothing too fancy. I've been promising your mom a trip for years, and I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out. You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you know. Retirement's treating me well, but there are some days I almost missed the classroom. Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind. Take care, kiddo. Where? Where's the tissue paper?
It's about time. You don't know where that is?
I knew where it was. Top shelf of the pantry. But it's not there anymore.
Так, все, давайте. Ругайте, я пошел. Не, ну классно, классно. Так, все, последняя миссия на сегодня, и будем завершать данный стрим.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance?
I've passed by this particular tree many times, and honestly, I never gave it a second thought. Does it hold some sort of special significance?
Finally, somebody understands. Unless, wait, you're not mocking me, right? People. Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? Thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Ладно, на этом сегодня все. Всем спасибо, всех люблю, всем удачи, всем пока-пока. Увидимся завтра, я думаю, вечером на втором стриме по прохождению Старфилда. Так, мой стол не смотреть.